Hello. Do you ever get annoyed by the pings on your phone telling you that a new message has come in, a new notice on social media has come in, and because it pings, you kind of have to look at it? Well, there are two very interesting studies I want to share with you today, and it's all around being intentional. How do we be intentional? I've talked about our new KPIs, kindness, purpose, and intentionality. And we've talked about kindness and we've talked about purpose. And now I want to look a little bit at what it means to be intentional. So, two very interesting studies have shown two things that I think are worth remembering. First, a group of students from Harvard was analyzed or studied when they joined Harvard. And people predicted that the cleverest students would do the best in life. At the end of their time at Harvard, the students were interviewed, studied, and did a variety of different tests again. And they found that the students that had done the best at university at Harvard were not necessarily the people with the highest IQ score. Rather, they were the people that had the best work ethic. In other words, the people that were the most disciplined. They then went on and studied the same group of people 5 years into their work experience. And what they discovered was that people who were the most disciplined and had the best habits were the people that were most successful. So it wasn't the people that had the highest IQ, and it wasn't the people that necessarily worked the most hours. So I want to explore this a little bit because this is really at the heart of being intentional. These people had habits that enabled them to be really intentional about what they were doing. And one of the most important habits that these people all displayed was that they had times in the day when they really focused on their work and they switched off their phones. Yes, can you believe it? They switched off their phones. Other people put their phones onto silent. And some people went so far as even to switch off any notifications of new emails coming in. And what this enabled people to do was to really be in the zone of focusing on what they were doing. Because these people were really successful, a further set of studies were done. And these studies show that it takes us about 15 minutes to get into the zone or the flow of work. So if you are focusing on writing something, or you are focusing on designing something, whatever it is that you might be doing, it takes about 15 minutes to get into that flow. And once you're in the flow, you can become more and more productive and creative. But if you keep on interrupting yourself every 5 minutes or every 10 minutes by a new email notification or pings on your phone, you never actually get into that flow. And so one of the things that these studies have shown is that people who have no distractions and allow themselves just to focus on what they think is really important are able to get more out of an hour's worth of work than people who try to do the same thing but get interrupted the whole time by social media pings, messages on their phones, email messages, etc. So I hope this gives you something to think about. How to be intentional is to create a space for yourself in which for at least an hour every day, you are not being interrupted by the pings, the emails, and the other messages and distractions.